I am here to show you how to put together your weekender that you just got from the Pampered Glider. And so when you open up your box, you're going to have three parts that you're going to see immediately. You're going to see a bundle like this. This is the tote and the actual weekender. You're going to have a little pole, and you're going to have your wheel with a liner in it. So obviously you're going to pull that liner out. It was just so that your wheel didn't get smashed during shipping. So then you want to attach the pole to the wheel, and so this part is threaded. You can see the threads on it, and so the elbow is going to just slip right over like that, and then you are just going to finger tighten that onto the thing. Once you feel it snug up, that's as far as you want to go, because otherwise you're going to end up stripping it out and wrecking your wheel. So you just want it finger tightened. And you set that aside. And then you're going to open the tote itself. And when you open the tote, you're going to see that. So you've got your mesh liner in there and all kinds of other little goodies and pieces and parts. So you're going to unpack it, pull the lid of the mesh liner out, and then you've got this, which is the top of the framework of your weekender, and it's covered with fleece pole covers that have little rings at both ends. See that? You'll use those for attaching your various accessories like the toy, the water bottle holder, stuff like that. And so then you have the water bottle and the water bottle holder. All of this comes with your weekender. Nothing is extra. It's all one package. You've got extra C-clips for hanging stuff. You have a pouch that matches the tote itself. On the outside, it's the cotton that you chose for your tote, and then the inside is the same fleece that the pole covers are made out of. This little odd-looking thingy is actually the cover for the top of the whole thing once you get it assembled. So I'll show you how that works in a minute. And you've got a toy, which may have slightly different components, but it's all basically the same concept. Then in the bottom, you have the bottom framework. Now you'll notice that this has a bar across the middle, whereas the top did not. And that bar is where you're going to mount the wheel. See, right there. And then you have your four poles that are the vertical supports for the framework. Okay. So now you know what comes with it, and so you're going to take that bottom frame piece, and you're going to put the upright poles into it. You don't have to push real hard on them to get them to go in. You just kind of drop down in there, twist a little bit, and it'll go in really well for you. Then up here at the top, it's hard to see them, but you do have elbows at the corners that fit onto the top of those vertical poles. So we're just going to slip those together. And now is when you can just push down on each corner. Not terribly much, just enough to get it down snug in. And now you want to get it into the actual weekender. So to do that, the tote itself on the front has a flap with a snap, which makes it easy to get to the mesh part. And if you're doing this by yourself, the easiest way at this point in time to do this is to just pull this mesh part right out. Set the tote itself aside. Turn your framework upside down and slip the mesh over from the top. You want to obviously line up the corner seams with the vertical poles. Let's see, it just slips right down on there. Turn it over and tuck all the fleece in so it's not sticking out, so it doesn't catch into the zipper. And so now you have the framework inside the actual mesh cube. The bottom of your weekender is made with waterproof material so that it's easy to clean the weekender when you're done using it, because your gliders will make a mess in here, as we know they like to do. So you do that, and you're going to have to put the wheel in, and as I showed you before, the wheel just simply sets into that little hole at the bottom, right there. Just going to twist it a little bit till it's nice and snug, and then I like to turn the wheel so that it's actually at an angle inside the weekender. And the reason I do that is because when the glider's running, it gives them more room for the wheel to actually spin, and it also gives them more room around here for their toy and their pouch and their water bottle and all of that kind of stuff. So makes it a little easier for them to get into as well, because they can go up into the corner here instead of being right up against the mesh. So do that. Then you're going to pull out your C-clips. So once you have the C-clips on the pouch, earlier I showed you that tucked inside the fleece pole covers are rings. There's one at each end of each pole. So we're going to slip your clips over the rings at the corners. So you've got your pouch there. And then you do the same thing with your water bottle on the opposite corner. And then you have your toy, which is just in a big bundle here inside the bowl. That bowl is your food bowl. So you've got the food bowl at the one end, and it has its own C-clip so you can detach it from the rest of the toy for cleaning. And then there's a long chain that has C-clips at both ends that are the toy itself. So you're going to take those and go from the unoccupied corner over to one of the rings that the pouch is connected to, so that it goes at an angle across the center of your weekender like that. And so you've got your food bowl now, you've got your toy, you have your water bottle, and you have your pouch and your wheel. So that's really everything the glider needs inside their travel cage, which is great. So now, zip all of this up, and now we have to get it into the tote. Now you can do it one of two ways. You can do it by simply turning everything over. Make sure you don't have water or food inside yet. That would be a mess. And then you can find the front of the mesh. There's a tab across the front. This would be the top. Right now it's flipped over, remember. That says the Pampered Glider. And on the tote, I already told you, the front is where the tab and snap are. So you want those fronts to line up with each other. And you're just going to slip the tote over the cube. like that. And turn it over. And you can snap that tab together. And there's one last part, which is the cover. And to find the front of the cover, look for the tab that is offset from the center. So there's 3 sides where it's set at the center, and then there's the 4th side where it's off center. And that off center one is for the front because it has to get around your tab for the snap. And you're just going to simply okay, so then you're just going to snap all the 4 sides with that cover. And once you've done that, voila, you have your travel cage for your gliders all ready to go. It's nice and discreet because it doesn't look like a cage at all at this point. And you can use the straps are purposefully made pretty long, not only so that they fit over your shoulder, but so that you can put them over the headrest in your car so that you can secure your gliders in. This is basically their car seat while you're traveling. So just in the back seat, slip this over the headrest and you're good to go. And that's it. And so you may recall that I said that there were 2 ways of putting the cube into the tote. The second way really works a lot better if you have a second person to help you. But you're going to take the tote itself and fold it down halfway, like that. And then you're going to take the cube, and again making sure that the Pampered Glider tab is at the front where the split is for the snap closure. I'm going to slip the cube into the tote. Just like that. And then you're going to pull the tote up and around it and snap it closed. And then you can repeat with putting the top on and you're all set. Now there will be a lot of extra C-clips when you're done assembling your Weekender. That's so that you have extras, you have spares. Don't worry, you didn't forget to put them on something. So they're all just extras. When you get to the hotel, there's 3 different ways, or camping or wherever you're going. There's 3 different ways that you can set this up once you're at your destination point. The first is to just simply leave it with the tote all the way up and around it, which is nice in cooler weather or in a drafty room, winter time, that kind of thing. Or you can unsnap it, and just like we folded it down for putting the tote inside, the mesh inside the tote, you can fold it down and have it halfway like this. This is the way that I like to do it because I can still see the gliders playing, but it does give them some draft protection. Or the other way is to just pull it completely out and fold the tote up and set it aside until you're ready to go home. So that's how you put your Weekender together. That's how it works for you. The outside does have lots of pockets for putting stuff in, and has a little container over here. Might be a different color or a different shape, but there's a little container for treats for your gliders. And there's also a little button that warns people that there are live animals inside, so that if, God forbid, you were in a car accident, they would know that this thing that's attached in the back seat actually does have animals inside of it. And so there you go. I hope you enjoy your Weekender. I know I enjoy the ones that I have very much. And if you have any questions, I'm sure that Karen will be happy to answer them for you. Have a great day.